Hi everyone, my name is Sedup. I would like to welcome you to our webinar. Today I will introduce PJC Security, a product developed by Systronics. PJC Security helps to prevent unauthorized access to specific contracts. It can be used to prevent users from entering transactions for the contracts they are not involved with or view sensitive information about such contracts. You can also use the application to help users in finding data they work with more efficiently as they see less unnecessary data. You grant users to see different contracts using the first contract of the segment, using the first contract segment values. Or you may just grant users by a list of contract values. In addition to PJC module, PJC security is integrated also with purchase order, AP, AR module. To prevent users to see unnecessary restricted information in reports, customization directives are used. How the application works. Let me switch to Sage 300 and show. Let's log in by first as admin user. And go and open the user PJC authorization screen. This is screen from where you grant security access to different users. The screen has two tabs. From the first tab, you are granting users the right by the value of the contract first segment. First segment name in my sample company sector. So here we are giving the values of that segment value. In my sample company, I have, in addition to the admin user, 3 different users, user 1, 2, and 3. So let me show how it works. First of all, for the admin user, I give the sector values, all existing values that I have in my company. In the notepad, actually, I opened it. I listed the existing contracts. I have 7 contracts. And as you can see, all values of the first segment are listed for the admin user. So the admin user can see all contracts. I will switch to user 1. For user 1, I specified only the sector value 120. If I will look into the list of contracts, we can have 3 contracts are available having the sector value 120. So this user is 3 contracts. User 2, for user 2, I don't have anything in the first tab. So I will go to the next tab, contracts tab. I have specified 2 specific contracts. So this user will be able to see these 2 contracts only. For user 3, I have specified mixed security, which means both information are entered in 2 tabs. First of all, he can be able to see the contracts having the first segment value of 220. We have 2 such contracts, as you can see here. Also, I have specified 2 different contracts here on the contracts tab. As a total, this user will be able to see 4 contracts from the list. How it will work? First of all, let me go and open from the PJC transactions contract maintenance screen. I'm here login as admin user, so I should be able to see all 7 contracts here. I will open the finder and 7 contracts are listed for me here. What will happen if I will log in as user 1? Let me open the contract maintenance screen for user 1, open Finder. And now, as we can see, only 3 contracts are available in the list because only these contracts having the value of the first segment 120. Let me open another Sage 300 and log in there, the user 2. Now, other 2 contracts are available for these users, specify in the list of contracts. And for the last user, I will open another Sage 300 instance. These users should be able to see 4 contracts according to the user authorization scheme. Here, the list. Up to now, we just show one screen and just have a look into existing contracts. But the PJC security also restrict access to creating any job-related transaction. For example, by user 1, let me try to create one job-related transaction. Let me switch yeah. Let's create one ARE job-related invoice by user 1. I will select the job-related option. Save. Actually, the previous and these batches are created by this user, and it is using contracts for which he is authorized to. And now let's try to open these invoices by another user who is not authorized to see these contracts. This is for the user 2. I would go once more, let's remember the batch numbers. This is 66 and 67. And now let's go by user 2 and open batch list. The last batch is 65. These 66 and 67 batches are not shown here at all. What does it mean? It means that if the batch contains at least one restricted entry, then the whole batch is not visible for the user. Even if the user will try to open one of these batches, let's say this way. The error message is going and it is not showing at all the batch for this user. And if the user will try to create any job-related transaction using contracts for which he is not authorized to, then the system will refuse to allow, it will not be allowed to do it. Let's do another job-related transaction in PJC, let's say cost transactions. By user 2, let's try to create a job-related transaction for example, for this contract for which he is not authorized to see. I will open the cost screen. And let's try to type this contract here. Now the message is informed that you are not authorized to work with sector 120 or with any contract starting with this 120. So it will not be allowed. PJC security not only controls access to transactions, but also restrict the user access to contract information via reports. This control is organized by using customization directives in administrative services. If I will log in by admin user, and go to administrative services, customization directives, I will see that for each user, I have a specific line for him, created automatically by PJC security. And this information is restricting users to see unnecessary information in reports. So the reports created in these folders are only visible to users. Let's check it. I'm now in login as admin user. Let's try to print one of analytical job-related reports. Let's say contract summary report. I will open the screen. Print for the full range is contract summary report. As you can see from the left side, you will be able to see information about all 7 contracts available in my database. So all 7 contracts are shown on this report. Now let me switch to user 1. and try to print the same report. Now, only 3 contracts are printed here. 1, 2, 3. If I go to the last page, it will show that only 3 contracts are printed. These are contracts, the first value of which starts from 120. Similarly, if I will try to print reports for other users, I will have only the list of contracts for which they are authorized to use. Actually, here in PJC we can see 5 analytical reports, and in transaction reports 2 transactions reports. The actual list of existing reports is a little bit bigger, but only these reports are supported by the current version of PJC security, which means that the reports for which the users are not authorized, they don't see even these reports in the list. So they will not be able to see unauthorized information.